Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and today I just want to talk a little bit about Mediator Kawerik. And since he's coming out tonight, this is kind of a video for me because I want to talk about him and see if I want to pull for him. I know I really love his design, I love his character, and I want to pull, but at the same time, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. So let's just take a look at his kit and everything together and kind of make up a what am I trying to say here? Make a decision. So first off,
in this distorted world,
VA is pretty baller.
I will write new rules.
Animation is pretty baller as well.
This is the fate I choose.
Dark Knight for sure. As for his stats here, let's go find them.
위치 1분에 시티로드 자리를 두고 내전이
There we go. So his stats here, under 1,000 attack, tons of HP, like a boatload of HP, quite a bit of defense as well, and has an ER imprint concentration, which is pretty great. Low speed as well. So not the greatest stats, but they are pretty solid, especially just getting that bulk up there. And I really wish he had some ER base. You know, that would really help his kit out quite a bit. Every time I do a video lately, I get something in my throat. But yeah, his skill 3 here is 7-turn cooldown, but of course you can lower it down to 4 turns. I think this is kind of dumb how they did this, because it forces you to use like 9+ Mulagora right here to get the actual, like, what the cooldown should be, right? Feels kind of odd, so that's a little weird to me. His soul burn is only 10 souls, which is pretty fantastic. I do love me some 10 soul burns. And dispels all debuffs from all allies, grants them attack and immunity for 2 turns. And a lot of people do this, and that's kind of why there are people pretty upset about Kawerik, because he just is so much like so many other characters, right? Like DJB, Meg Chloe now even does similar things. So I think that's one of the things that gets people a little upset about him. But I don't have DJB, you know? I don't really have anybody that does this that I like using. So I think for me, I can find a spot to use him and be pretty happy about it. He also has Balance of Power here, which decreases the attack for 2 turns, grants the barrier to all allies for 2 turns, and damage dealt and barrier strength proportionate to the casters and allies' max HP. And of course, this is a 3-turn cooldown, and you can increase the barrier strength of the Mulagora here. And this is another one that's like, what a weird skill set, right? But he does protect your whole team with all of the things, and then he protects it again a second time with Balance of Power, and he kind of neuters the enemy team as well. So I think he's got a pretty good kit that works really well together. So I am kind of interested in this kit because of this. Like, what do y'all think? I'm torn, right? Because obviously he's not like a super obvious standout in being super OP, but I think he's going to be powerful still. And I think a lot of people are underestimating him. And the one thing is, too, I hit pity every single time in the Mystic, so I can throw like 60 Mystic pulls at him, and if I don't get him, then like, who cares? We're that much closer to the one after than the new one that comes out after. And if we do get him, it's like, wow, that's awesome, we're the best. So that's pretty cool. As for his skill 1 here, it is Retribution, dashes towards the enemy, increases the CR of the ally except for the caster with the highest combat readiness by 10%. Damage dealt increases proportionate to their max HP and up to 15% CR boost on his skill 1. And I think this is really, really, really interesting. And I think this is like going to be the cornerstone of his kit, because having 15% CR boost to the highest CR person on your team seems really good. And obviously, the problem with this is he's going to have to use his skill 3 and his skill 2, and he doesn't have an extra turn. So you're not really actively using this until turn 3. And the soul burn was extends buffs, right? Sorry, I just want to check here. Yeah, extends buffs. So you're not really going to use this in the first 2 to 3 turns. And like, let's say you get stunned during one of those, which is unlikely because ER and everything, but still. So I think in order to take advantage of this, we're either going to have to use dual attacks on him, like somebody like Lilius, which doesn't seem to really meld too well together, especially since Lilius doesn't go well with the dispels, and he has dispels as well. Or maybe just counter, because having a counter set on him where it boosts somebody's CR seems really good, right? But is it good enough? Like, let's say somebody AoEs you, Landy AoEs you or something like that. SSB procs or SSB skill 3s, you do a counterattack. You can't counterattack Landy. That was dumb. I'm trying to think here. I literally gave the only 2 examples in the game that don't apply to this situation. So I'm really racking my brain with Mediator Kawerik, and I want to like him. I really do. But I'm just not seeing where he excels. If I was to build him, I would definitely put him on counter, because I feel like this is where you're going to sneak the wins, right? You're going to sneak the wins out with Retribution, just randomly getting some CR boosts here. But where else does he go? Like, perhaps you put him up with Senya, and they don't want to attack Senya because counterattack. They can't attack your Landy or whatever because they're stealth. They have to attack the Kawerik. All of a sudden, he's counterattacking, boosting up the Landy. So what do y'all think about this? I really just wanted to talk a little bit about this, and I'm gonna be summoning. Let's be real here. I'm gonna summon for sure for him. I've only got about 60 mystics to pull, but if I get him, I get him. If I don't, I don't. If I get Cecilia, I'm pretty happy. Probably gonna use the imprints on regular CC over FCC actually, and yeah, I can't see where else to use him. He's dark, right? So who are the light units he would have to bait? Like, there's not even really any light. I guess he's gonna get absolutely smashed by LQC, right? Everything is just not so good for him. What do the comments say? I'm actually really curious here. He's not even out yet, and I'm waiting for him to be buffed. Remember the Q&A where you mentioned hiring someone to test new units? Yeah, fire them immediately. I was so excited for this unit, and then the reveal killed my hype. Nice job releasing Moonlight Ray. They really said boring for this unit. I would suggest that SG delay his release and completely redo his bland kit. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. It's not even that his kit is not great. I think it is solid. It's just so boring. It's literally boring. Literally Ray, but can't heal. A lone wanderer, because people... Okay, that's really funny. The boy be looking like an isekai hero and a villain at the same time. I love reading comments. They're hilarious. So, cleanser against Cerise and Politics with no DPS threats. I mean, who cares? Attack break. Last Rider Cow. LOL. S1 pushes a Landy, which takes a safe turn to begin with. He has no scene he shines in. Yeah. So I'm not usually always like on the same side as comments, but I'm kind of feeling the same here. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about Kawerik and get my thoughts out there, because it's I want to know if I should pull. I don't know if you should pull yet. You should obviously wait, but I'm gonna pull and take the hit for y'all. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye everybody.